Welcome back, guys. In this video I'm going to show you how to make your friends and family love you with that 3D printer you bought some time ago, thinking it would pay for itself. So the first thing you need to do is a very simple exercise. Stand in a corner of your house, any corner, and just take a look and ask yourself, what can be better, or what can I do to make something easier? Take a deep breath, visualize it, see it, and then come up with an idea. And that's exactly what I did. My wife is usually watching Netflix or something while she's doing the dishes, and she puts her tablet right here where the fruits are. Now, what I am going to do for her is I'm going to design something that at first I was thinking would mount on the wall, but now I'm actually seeing this extra little counter for the space under the counter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make something that just pulls down, and she can put her tablet there, and that way she can watch her Netflix with the tablet there on the wall while she's doing the dishes, instead of putting it down here and having to move this and stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So first things first, like with any 3D printing project, you need to find out what are the dimensions of the thing you're working with. So let's see what the dimensions of the iPad Pro 11 are. And from what you can see here, it seems to be 250 millimeters by 175 or 177.5 millimeters. Now I'm going to be working in millimeters. I just find it easier when it comes to 3D printing. Remember that if you have a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, you're going to want to use millimeters instead of inches. So opening up Fusion 360 here, and I'm going to be working with the dimensions that we got from the Apple website. I'm going to make the base a little bigger so that the iPad can kind of slot in to that base. And what I'm doing here is I'm working on kind of a side piece or two side pieces that are going to go to each side. And pretty much what these things are going to do is they're going to hold that base. And so I'm just kind of designing those pieces there. I'm going to make a little hole in the middle. That way, if I want to screw it into place into the wood, I can go ahead and do that, and that way it'll be sturdy. So when working on the base here, how I am going to go about keeping that base in place is I'm going to make kind of holes here on the side, and those holes are going to be held in by a pole that's going to go across, and it's going to go across the base too. You can kind of see that here, and that way the base can kind of like slide down. So that is my vision for this. Alright, so now I need something behind the iPad to kind of hold it so that it doesn't fall, which is what I'm making here. It's kind of like a back wall. You can see there I added kind of a hexagon pattern to make it look cool. And now I'm going to make also a screw so that once it's upright, I can put the screw in place there, and it'll kind of hold the whole base so that it doesn't come forward. It'll make sense once I show you guys what this is for. Alright guys, so what you're actually seeing here is the first version of this print. And as soon as I printed it and put it, I noticed that some things kind of needed to be improved on. So I went back to the drawing board, went back to Fusion 360 and made some changes. For one, I made the base a little thicker so the iPad could slide in pretty well. And I also made kind of like a railing system so that the iPad could be pulled forward and backward. And so this is version 1, and now I'm going to show you version 2, which came out much better. Alright guys, so here are all the parts you need. I broke up the rods into these two long ones, which will go on the side. This small one, which will unite this piece, which I have broken into two since my printer wasn't big enough to print it in one go, so I just divided it down to half. In the print profile, you'll have either this one so you can print it like so, or the full one if you have, I don't know, like an H2S or Creality K2 or something like that. So once we have that, we also have these railings, which I decided to open up so that this could swivel. So this is number 2, right? Revision number 2, where it'll kind of go like this. And if you think about it, right, you can swivel like this, and you can go forward, backward here when I put it up on the cabinet. And you'll see how that works once I install it. So you can see has 2 nuts, bolts that will screw in there, and this is to hold this in place once you put it up. So just goes like that, and this is kind of what's gonna hold this down like this, and then when you untwist it, it'll be able to come down. So I'm gonna assemble it, and you guys can see how that works. I did make these 2 openings here, 2 little holes, in case you wanted to like screw it in to the base wherever you're mounting it. But I found out that double-sided tape actually works like a charm, so you don't really need to screw it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble everything now, and then show you guys how that works.
Let's go!
There you go. And so in order to kind of measure where the next one would go, I want to put this in, and there you see like that one would go right there. So let's do the next one now.
Let's go!
And so there we go. And the whole point of those railing is that, you know, my wife can go do that, and it'll kind of angle this way. She can also angle it that way in case she's doing something here on the stove and stuff like that. So there we go. Slice back, forward, angles. And to store it, it's pretty easy. You just gotta put in the bolt right there. And there you go. So you can see, this is what it looks like from the bottom. In order to bring it out, all you have to do is unscrew it this way and screw it up to there. Both pieces come out, and there you go. All right, so as you can see, this is my wife's tablet. She has a kind of a case on it, or a cover, which made it a little bit thicker, which is why I made this a little bit thicker. But pretty much you can just slide the tablet in there, and it'll hold in there like that. And anytime she has to like do dishes or something, you know, she can just grab it, angle it her way, watch whatever she's gonna watch, and put it back if it needs to go back, even on the wall. Angle it this way, you know how it works. And that's what, you know, these things are there for, so that she's able to do that. And once she's done, takes it out like that, pretty easy. And then have to put it all back, brings it up like so, and stores there pretty neatly. So that is the under cabinet tablet holder. And if you want to have your loved ones love you, such as your spouse or significant other, there you go. Guys, the link to this project is in the description, and if you liked it, please subscribe and give it a like. See you in the next time.